boop and the boop and the hello, 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 hello. Hi. We are back. It's right. It's us. It's me. It's Frank. This is the theme song now. We're back. Woohoo. We are back once again. We have snatched Frank from the jaws of the warp, rather unwillingly, but we have him.
Very willingly.
We have him back once again. Well, you were in the sweet, sweet caress of Zinch, or perhaps Slanesh.
Uh,
Um,
with as brutal as work has been recently, probably more like corn.
ah, but he is
Or
back.
for God's scare. Sorry.
No, you're good. He is back. He is here. He is better than ever, I think. But welcome back, Frank. We missed you. It was a lot of just hobbying on my end.
Well, I'm happy to be back and happy to finally try and get caught up on what's going on in the hobby and 40K world.
Yes, and we will be attempting to get everything caught up, um, back to current. So, for now, we have a whole bunch of stuff to catch up on. Now, I think I know the answer to this, Frank. But have you been able to do anything recently, Frank?
Oh, sorry. Had my mic muted. Um, Unfortunately, no. I haven't really been able to do too much. I've got models sitting here on my table, primed. One of which is in a partially painted state, but nothing that's able to be shown off.
Mm.
Um, it's been pretty busy, and with work and stuff, because working in retail and as we're now a couple weeks away from Black Friday, it's been a little crazy. But hopefully next week I can try and get back to a reasonable hobby schedule, because I definitely need to start working on my next project for March, so I can try and have at least one piece prepped and ready to go for Adepticon. Um, my goal is to try and have two. That's I've had that goal before in the past and it hasn't worked out too well, but hopefully we'll have at least one good piece ready to go. Um, I'm back and forth now. I originally felt pretty confident in my choice as to what I was going to paint, but now I'm kind of second guessing. Maybe I can ask your thoughts on the matter later on.
Okay, no problem. Um, well, and as far as I'm concerned, well, we are officially in Baby Watch. Little Phoebe should be here any day now. Her due date is actually next Wednesday. So I will not be here next Wednesday. As not only is her due date next Wednesday, that is the eviction date. So if she's not here by then, uh, she will be. um,
Very exciting.
oh yes,
Maybe next time we do get together, we'll be looking at Instagrams of a different miniature that you
yes.
made.
Well, we'll see. We kind of want to keep her off the internets for a little bit, but
That's fair. That's fair.
I will at least be able to send you pictures
Okay.
because I need.
Yes. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, because I need to hear Sarah go on about how cute she is.
Oh, she's already. I was just telling her that you're expecting the baby, and she's already making all the oh faces and the duck lips and everything. So
Yes. She's gonna come out with a full head of hair too. So,
well, at least somebody in your family will.
yeah. Shut up. But yes. So next week, something's happened if I'm on. So like she has to come out tomorrow. Um, but otherwise, yes. Everything is going good. Lots and lots of new commissions coming in. Lots of anticipation for the holidays coming up. Getting the front yard ready to have a dump truck deliver all the presents for the grandkids this Christmas.
Oh boy.
And the great grandkids, I must say, because my grandmother is excited. Uh,
I'm sure that there's going to be gonna be an exciting holiday. Cause how old is your brother's baby now?
Lincoln is he just turned one. He just turned one a couple weeks ago, end of September. That's also gonna be the cool thing is because Phoebe and him are close in age.
Nice.
Um, but yeah, so that's gonna there's also gonna be there's a separate dump truck going to his house. Um, but yes, so we are extremely excited. Due to Mila's job, she gets 5 months paid leave. Um, it's European country, so they care about their employees. Um, uh, company, European
Got
company.
you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So they actually care about their employees. So yeah, she gets good about it. If I worked there, I'd get paid paternity leave. Um, but I don't anymore. So whatever. But either way, yes, that's big news for me. Um, but as I have alluded to, I have been quite busy since you've been away. I have a number of things up. Let us get started real fast. These I finished today. Now this isn't the best picture because the it's a lot darker in the crevices with the orange. It was just a like kind of this is what I'm working on. But I am working on a whole bunch of Imperial Fists for Horus Heresy. This is a
Ultramarines.
yeah. This is for a large commission. I think it's like the first half because he said there's a lot. Um, Aside from this, I've also completed these, which are the Relic Terminators. They have storm shields. Some have power fists. One has a chain fist, a sword. So these were awesome. He had these custom shields from Forge World. So these were fun. And these, which were just the Relic Terminators with the Lightning Claws. But along with those, I have the two Contemptors and Dorito that was in this first picture here. The two Contemptors, the Dorito. There's another Rhino like the one I did before, the Predator. And then sitting on my desk in front of me is a half-done Vindicator. And with whatever the hell this 4 las cannon gun is. I actually just finished this today and I haven't gotten to take good pictures of it yet. What the hell are these called? This dreadnought.
Oh, that's a Leviathan.
Yeah, Leviathan. I just finished this guy up today.
And
Um,
you said the Vindicator, so it's probably the Vindicator, the Vindicator laser destroyer.
Probably yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
It's got the 4.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's called the laser destroyer or something like that. But yep, no, it's a pretty cool. It's an awesome looking Vindicator model.
Oh yeah. No, I agree. It looks dangerous. But yes, and he said he got more, so there's more coming. I believe he's got the bulk of the foot troops coming next. Um, which yeah, I like doing the vehicles more. They're more fun and they're quicker, honestly. Um, but yes, these are what's coming down the pipe. Along with these, I have also been working on a Fire Slayer commission. I was actually working on this on stream last week. It is the forge for the Fire Slayers. It's their like terrain piece that does stuff for them. Um, so that is coming along.
Is that part of that big commission we were just talking about a little while ago?
Oh yes, this is a large Age of Sigmar commission. There's like over 100 infantry. Three of the 3 guys on what are the giant lives. I think they're called magma droths. There's a
Yes, that's correct.
yeah Go Trek model, all of the characters. Um, yeah,
I like the choice of brick color, going with that magenta.
yeah. No, I like how this guy's coming out. I still have it's not done, but I just gotta. Last week on stream, I was like, you know what? I'm bored with just building Votan. I'm gonna work on these because this is a more interesting model. Um,
And gonna work on naked Votannons.
yes, yeah. Until I can get my original Votan ready, which is my dwarves for Old World. Uh, but let's see what else I got. Oh, this was the shields. This was just a progress pick on the shields, which were cool. I finished up another one of these penitent engines. I still hate these models. They are annoying to paint. Um, but I finished it.
Did you? Was it annoying to paint fully assembled, or just annoying to paint in general in
Uh,
sub assemblies?
Even in sub assemblies, it wouldn't be any easier to paint. It's not that it's that because the limbs and stuff are fairly wide. You know what I mean? Like there's not hard to get into the cracks and crevices really. It's just there's so much different like textures and parts on here and stuff. It's annoying and it's spindly yet wide. So like I don't know. They're just annoying with how much they have on them. It's like any of the sisters models, honestly. They're just covered in so much crap. Um, and then before that was another completed lion.
Was this your second or your third one?
This is the second one. This one's for Phil.
Okay.
Already sent down to him.
Ooh, I like the sword.
Oh, thank you. He wanted as close to box art as I could.
Yeah, the sword looks good. I like the colors on it.
Yeah,
That's a pretty good. It's a pretty interesting, pretty nice illustrative way of handling non-metallic metals.
yeah. I was really trying, honestly. Um, and the cloak. Uh, and then we did. Oh, Phil got some um, eradicators as well. These weren't the best pictures. Um, we're sisters. I forget which one this is. I think it's the hail strike. Um, storm speeder.
Okay.
This is for Dom out in Pittsburgh. And then we kind of just go through. Oh, this was the last set of Imperial Fists that I did for him. This was the first Rhino. This was the test model.
Certainly looks very good.
Came out very clean. Um, but yeah, everything else is just Star Wars. Shatterpoint did all did all the Inquisitors, and I did the Mace Windu um model as well, or Mace Windu pack. And that's been about it. Lots rolling in. Ooh, busy, 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 busy. But not so busy as to not have a stream tonight. So we have a whole bunch of news we need to go over. So many things happened while you were away. And we must go over them because we need Frank's opinion. I think I touched on them a little bit in those other videos, but they ended up being more just hobby videos. So let's take a look. First up, we have all of the rumor engines. All right. This is this week's. Definitely works. Well,
Is it two skulls strapped together with some leather? I'm trying to understand what it means.
yes. So obviously orcs.
I guess it could be, or it could be more death stuff. Because
Ac well, they say skulls. Classic Warhammer, you can't go wrong. I don't know. It could be literally anything. My guess is that it's Age of Sigmar.
I would guess that too, because you don't see those types of runes written carved in it too much stuff in 40k.
Mm-hmm. But we'll see. Maybe it's Kroot. No, it's not Kroot. And then last week's, which came out on.
Pardon me for just a second. TJ's gonna go turn a fan on. Be right back.
Okay. Doobie doobie doo.
Kind of caught in this weird situation with the weather where sometimes it's too cold to want to hang out outside, but just maybe just a bit too warm to not have something going on inside the house.
Oh, I feel you. I agree with that though. My fiance has all of the blood being drawn to one spot on her body, so now everything is cold. So we have a constant fire
Oh boy.
going. And I just sit in my underwear. Then we have last week's.
I
Um,
didn't know it was gonna be that type of stream.
no, in my room is nice and cool, hence the hoodie. Um, last week's, which is this is clearly orcs. Once again, the orc crossbows. Ruglad's armored orcs. Those the old regiment of renown. It's coming back.
Right. Right. Couldn't possibly be something like a vampire hunter.
No, honestly, I think it might be sisters. That might be one of their like crossbow bolters from the top.
But I don't think a condemner pattern bolters. I think that's they're called.
Yeah,
But I don't think that they actually have a string on them.
I don't know. That's what I think they do. Actually, I don't have any of the sprues near me. I do have some of the sprues. I don't know. That's the only other thing I could think of outside. I mean, it could be some sort of dark elf thing because they had hand crossbows.
Oh no, looking at a picture of Inquisitor
Great.
artifacts, and yeah, they do have a string on them. Huh.
Oh, all right.
Oh, you know what? I think you're right. I think that is a condemner because looking at the image,
Is this a bullet right
the
here?
that's probably the bolt that it fires.
Uh-huh.
But the bolter underneath has a drum mag.
Ah,
I'm looking
yeah.
at the picture and I can see that there's a drum mag there. So that is almost certainly probably a condemner pattern. I'll have to give that one to you.
Yeah. Orcs it is.
Yep, definitely works.
We
Just
got like four of these to go through, guys. So I'm gonna run this joke into the ground. Um. Oh yeah. No, it has the string. Yep, I see that. This is some ornate looking orc stuff. Uh, this is Daughters of Cain. This has to be Daughters of Cain.
that looks like cornate to me because actually that's just a stylized version of the corn symbol.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't know. That looked more dark elf to me.
No, that's I'm pretty sure that's the cornate.
Hang on. Hang on. Wrong one. Where's the new stupid website? There it is. I hate this website, by the way. How do I find stuff?
There is. Well, it's not an exact one to one of the corn one, but it's very close to the ones I've seen before.
Because just from looking at some of the iconography on these, trying to find something with like a banner. Um,
But it bears a striking resemblance to the icon of corn, like the old banners that this Chaos Space Marines used to have.
I guess I don't know. I just that's what struck me first, but mostly because of the sharp and like thin angles. It struck me as like dark elves from fantasy, so I figured probably Daughters of Cain. But I don't know. We will
It,
see.
it at first glance, I'm like, oh, that looks like some sort of like Ideneth type of shit, but that's it. It definitely also looks cornate at the same time.
Hmm.
You're probably right. It's probably Daughters of Cain. I would maybe
Mm.
because isn't Cain doesn't isn't Cain and corn they're fairly similar to each other.
It's the god of murder versus the god of murder.
Murder.
Yeah. Yeah. Cain is supposed to be like their literal like god of murder. God, I hate this site. Um. But I'm just saying because you can also look at the jagged lines on their stuff, and I don't know.
This is actually the first time I'm seeing the new website in action.
It's
I haven't even gone to it yet.
it's goddamn terrible. I try not to curse on here, but it's really bad.
But this was the image that when I saw that staff symbol, this was the image that came to my mind. Being an older 40k player, I've seen enough of these. In the upper right hand corner, you'll see the coordinate one. It has the four spikes that come down from the bottom, and it does. It's kind of like if you took that icon that you see in the upper right hand corner,
Mm-hmm.
and you mixed it with kind of little bit of elvish styling, and then kind of blended it with the other
I see. I see.
traditional.
I see where you're getting it. I see where you're getting it. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah.
Um,
It.
I still don't agree, but I see where you get it at least. I
I'm
could
just.
see
I'm
it.
not saying it is cornate. It just looks very cornate.
Right, right.
If it's not cornate, I'm gonna say Ideneth.
Hmm. Okay. And then this is the final one, I believe, since you went away. This is some sort of weird gun. Because there's a scope right here, and here's like a finger holding it, and this looks like a bipod.
It's a bipod, yeah.
But why does it have a Coke bottle on the front of it? I don't.
This looks like quirky sci-fi nonsense, but
Orcs.
not that quirky.
I know.
But I'm talking more like
Votan?
think more sci-fi. Think more 50s sci-fi. I think this looks very AdMech-y.
Oh, AdMac. Yeah, yeah. My brain was coming around to that.
Yeah, because AdMech has that quirky 50s sci-fi vibe to it, and that looks. It definitely looks like some sort of a handgun with an optical sight on it.
It's true.
Is that a handgun with a bipod?
Yes, I think.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Unless there's like there could be the armrest further down. You know what I mean? Like the grip could just be further up the gun, and there is like a rifle butt.
Rifle butt, yeah.
Yeah, but probably still AdMac considering the Coke bottle.
Someone's saying they couldn't hear me. I don't know if that's from earlier when I had myself accidentally muted. I just noticed that.
The boys are back in town. The boys are back in town.
Hey, can you guys hear me okay? Mind let me know in the chat if you guys can hear me all right. Because if you can't, then it's TJ's fault.
What the?
Oh, so they're saying they can't hear me.
What? Doesn't make any sense. I have your audio on. Does this help? Talk.
Hello, hello, hello. My first stream back, and I've probably been talking for like the last 20 something minutes. Oh, there we are.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I listen, man. I had it on the normal settings. I always have on, and then suddenly it wanted me to switch them. I I Frank's here. Summation. Frank's here. He thinks this is a corn symbol. He's got lots of work. He'll be doing more hobby stuff soon. He loves you all. He said congrats on the baby, and everything was orcs. Um, so yes,
So that's
AdMac.
sounds pretty. Yeah, I definitely think that's it. I think that strikes me as being very AdMech-y.
Yeah, AdMac. Probably some sort of Druchi or not Druchi. I think Daughters of Cain. He says Ideneth. It's definitely. I definitely think it's an elven thing. It could still be
Well,
corn, but
the corn part is probably highly unlikely. It just strikes me as being very similar to a lot of the cornate icons I've seen, just very elvishy.
I got you. This one is clearly Sisters or Inquisition. Um, because that.
A new Inquisitor model would be pretty cool.
Yeah, like a general one. Yeah. Because this is a crossbow on a bolter. And then this is Age of Sigmar. Nothing else specific to mention. Um, so We got that out of the way. We have some new models that we're dropping or have dropped. They've come out. This is Necromunda. I don't care. This thing looks sick. It could be fantasy, but it has the drum feed. Like you can see a drum
Yeah,
feed down here,
yeah, that looks fairly bolterish because there's
and it looks like the back
I'm
part of a
pretty.
bolter here.
I don't know if you've ever seen the Inquisitor Greyfax model. I sent TJ an image. I don't know if he wants to put it up or not, but like Inquisitor Greyfax, like the Condemner pattern bolter, has a drum magazine on it, and that definitely looks like it has a drum magazine on it. At least to me.
There you go.
Yeah, that very much looks like Greyfax's Condemner bolter to me. Well, was there a barrel though, actually, or is it just the bolter in the rumor engine?
Oh, it might be
Uh,
underneath.
that could be a barrel. That could be a barrel there, and that looks more like a missile than it does an actual bolt.
Yeah.
Like it actually looks like a. I'm still saying that's a Condemner pattern bolt pistol.
Yes.
That's my.
But we'll see. I mean, we could be wrong. I rarely am, but and this is just Age of Sigmar. I don't know. We're tying skulls together. Maybe it's giants. Maybe it's giants. It's probably giants. Let's go with giants.
Yeah. It's like Games Workshop saying, "Yo, I heard you like more skull. I heard you like skulls. So we put more skulls in your skulls, dog." Hand holding it does look fairly angular. It could be anything really,
Yeah.
but like I said,
Meh. Well,
I I'm sorry. Go
oh
ahead.
no, I was gonna say we'll see eventually. Hello.
Hi, Barrymore 666. How are you?
But we will see eventually. Now to go back through some of the older model reveals that we have had recently. This thing's sick. I know it's for Necromunda, but I kind of just want one. It reminds me of Armageddon a little bit, mixed with Portal, because this looks like the the cores from Portal. Um, but it is a sick model.
That reminds me of what are they called? What are those? Oh my God, the Horus Heresy era tanks. It looks like it's like a modified version of one of those. The Sakaran.
The tracks, I see that with the tracks.
It looks like a modified Sakaran.
Maybe.
At least they might have modified. They could have modified or built it off of the Sakaran like AutoCAD CAD design. But yeah, that looks very much like a modified Sakaran chassis.
Yeah. It is squats though, which is also cool because they come with these guys. Where his cute little drone. Look at it. Look, it's like a dog, only not as cute. And I believe this is the brother. And the resin kits. Ew, never mind. And hello there, Barrymore. Fine, thanks. Hope you guys are okay too. We are. Um, especially me. Baby soon. Just found the stream. Well, welcome, welcome, welcome. As Wolfblade said, we do love having new viewers on here. Um,
If this is your first time to our stream, tonight's mostly just going to be talking about different news and stuff that's happening in the Warcom. I don't think there's really anything else happening outside of Warcom. I haven't been paying too much attention, but we do a lot of different things. Unfortunately, we don't have any viewer submitted models to review tonight. But as we kind of get through the holidays here, we're hoping to get back to a bit more to form and try and get more viewer models to kind of review and go over. But thanks for checking us out. We appreciate it.
We are catching up on some stuff we missed the last couple of weeks. We had the Warhammer Day preview a couple weeks back. I wanted to go over a whole bunch of this stuff because it's more old world. Look at him. It's magnificent. Bretonian Lord on Pegasus. You can also make it a Duke.
Is this a new model
Yes,
or
this one's brand new. And it's plastic.
Okay, that's cool.
I love how this thing looks. It looks great. It looks amazing. But you could also make it a battle standard bearer, or you can make it a duke, which is like a lesser noble. Um, and then we have Knights of the Realm on Foot. These are plastic. These are brand new. God, they're so pretty. I love them. Just more of those. These are the old Pegasus Knights, but they're bringing them back, and I mean, they still look good. Honestly, I think you could see here that they've modified the bases. I think the bases are wide, but they're also long, which is cool.
Mm.
And then just showing off. These are some of the older kits they're bringing back. This is a new model. This one's resin, but has a very nice looking mage. What do they call it? Yeah, handmaiden of the lady.
Oh, that is a pretty model. That'd be the type of model I wouldn't mind painting. That'd be an awesome model actually to use as the as a base model for like a conversion into like a Farseer or something.
Yeah, probably. That'd be a good idea. And then here's all the other heroes that they've shown off so far. So it's coming. It'll be here soon. By the movement rules for Old World. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. I'll go over some of that later. And then the Field Trebuchet, which they are bringing back, and it's not going to be made of fine cast. So that's good. It will be Forge World resin, but it's better than fine cast. So yay, Frank, you excited to play Old World with me?
Are you excited to play Conquest with me?
What?
Are you excited to play Conquest with me?
I don't know what's Conquest.
What's the Old World?
No, see, this one's much more well known. You can't get around that
Uh-huh. Yeah.
one.
Uh, so there's a question here from Tyrethect. I think you probably won't be able to better. Well, let's see here. Some people on Facebook are confused by the movement rules for the Old World and talking moving units forward and backward, rotating them in different directions, etc. So I'm assuming that you're referring to the wheeling of the
Quiet you. I have not played that, and we haven't played Old World yet.
Conquest is Old World, but good. Oh, shots fired.
I mean, you could be incorrect, so it's fine.
I don't know anything about. I haven't paid any attention to any of the Old World news because when it comes to getting my Square base fix, I'm all about that Conquest and my orcs riding dinosaurs. Wadroon, baby.
What he is referencing is that they put out an article this week about the movement phase and how it works. It works essentially how it always worked. They put a few different extra little things to clarify it with, but it's just like how does movement work, because you move in block units, so how you wheel, how you move forward, and they added a couple of extra things you can do in it, but other than that they've only really clarified it. More or less, more or less they made it a little bit more clear. But other than that, it's more or less the same. It might just be people who aren't used to that type of movement in their game, too, because
the rank and flank style movement can be very jarring to people at first,
especially if you're coming off of just playing like skirmishing games or squad based games like 40K.
Right.
But no, it once you get the hang of it, it's real easy. But yeah. That said, at the time of Warhammer Fantasy, movement terrain interactions were hotly debated. Yeah, those weren't the best interactions because it was hard to do anything with the terrain considering you had block units. So moving the block unit through a forest, you had to have detachable trees and stuff. It was annoying. So hopefully some of that gets cleared up a little bit.
A friend of mine once described setting up a Warhammer Fantasy table was just you put a building in the corner, a rock over here, maybe a tree somewhere off to the side so it doesn't cause any problems.
Yeah, more or less. But I mean, it's supposed to be showing off, old time. You don't really play, or you didn't really fight. Most of the time, this stuff was sieges anyway, but you didn't really fight in like craggy ground. You wanted it to be like an open field anyway. Maybe some hills, some forest for cover, but like other than that, they wanted to fight in a more open field anyway. So that's kind of what it's supposed to be.
Right. It was kind of more representative of that medieval style, or even Napoleonic style war tactic.
Yeah. All right. Then we have a couple of more things here. We got this really cool model for Sylvaneth. Um, this is like the evolution of the old Orion from Fantasy. It's just on this giant, cool-looking bug thing, which is significantly larger than the other ones they brought out before, like the unit. This thing is sick.
Let's see. It's like a beetle with a stinger on it.
Yeah. Um, it's really cool looking though. And again, like I said, it's apparently pretty big. I think this is a, um, like a Riptide base, like the bigger, like this base that's the Magma Droth is on.
Oh, interesting.
That's what I think it is anyway. Because that thing, it looks big. From compared to these things, because these things are like, I don't know, like Juggernaut size, I guess. And he's like a one of the Kurnoth hunters, so like he's already like a large infantry model, riding a giant bug. So I'm glad that they started really leaning into the bug aspect of the Sylvaneth. And then after that, speaking of weird AdMech crap, um, this thing.
Yeah, this one's
I don't like it. I'm.
it's,
It's rare for me to just straight up like I can usually find redeeming qualities in GW's models. A lot of I don't like it.
it, again, it kind of serves that purpose. It sits in that weird realm of it's 40K, but they're trying to really lead into those really silly, quirky 50s sci-fi elements.
No, I get it. It's
Uh,
just you. Uh, the legs look stupid. That's that's all I got. The rest, like if it was like the feet, like at like where the knees are, I guess this is the knees. Like if this was the feet and like you could extend it or something, I don't know. It just I don't like it. On a Baneblade size bug. Yes, I have seen the Thigh Queen, and she is magnificent. Because that's what she is. She is the Thigh Queen. Now we're gonna look it up if I can navigate their stupid website. There it is. There's the Thigh Queen. Damn boy, she thick. Um, and it is still this model still holds up though. This model is kind of old at this point for Age of Sigmar. Like it came in the first wave, and it's still gorgeous.
no, they did a really good job. That's definitely a very no pun intended, like an evergreen model design right there.
Oh yeah, no, I know it's huge. It is legit huge.
Yeah, every time I go to the Golden Demon competition, that's you see at least one of those in the display case every time.
And it's on the same size base as the Orc Cabbage. So yeah, it's big. All right, where were we? Where were we? Here we go. Yeah, this thing. I don't. Ah. And it's awkward tailpipe thing. I hate it.
Yeah, I've heard quite a few jokes about the tailpipe.
It's just
Uh,
they could have done this better. That's all I have to say. I get what they're going for, but I didn't need Inspector Gadget. Um, But on the plus side
Uh,
of the
I'm
40K,
I'm waiting for someone to do that conversion now. The 40K Inspector
oh
Gadget.
yeah, well I've already seen the memes. But on the plus side of the good 40K models that they showed off, this guy is back. Emotech the Stormlord in plastic. He's gorgeous.
I always did really love the Necron character models, and I'm not sure if we're going to be talking about the other fellow tonight, but they always do such a great job with them.
Oh no, they have been everything coming out for Necrons. They've been hitting out of the park personally. Like ever since sixth edition, they started redoing the range. Everything has been like gorgeous. With like the exception, the big crab walker thing, is not my favorite. But other than that, like I really love all of what they've been doing with Necrons.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Okay, so the walker that has the Necron pilots. Okay,
Yeah,
I know what
yeah,
you're
yeah.
talking
That
about
one's
now.
a little wonky, but everything else I love. I love all the new canoptic stuff. The Silent King is gorgeous and huge.
Well, Mark might
oh yeah, triple model. Let's go. Nice.
40K stuff is what I want. Just learning about the lore, but just interested in 40K for now. Well, I mean, I haven't played Age of Sigmar myself, but you can always appreciate a good, pretty
Oh
model.
yeah, yeah. We're just going over some of the new models that are getting released. That's all. I love 40K. 40K is the primary game I play, but I really can't deny that Age of Sigmar has the prettier models. Unfortunately,
No,
it's
yeah, they definitely paid those designers a lot more.
they have a what they call is they have a lot more design space. Um,
Yeah, they're built. They're still actively building the Age of Sigmar universe, whereas 40K has so much history that it has to adhere to that they're fairly constrained in what they can
yeah,
do
it's
without inventing new stuff.
it's a bit shoehorned. You can only go so far with stuff. You know what I mean? So, but the redoing of a lot of these, like the Necrons, are essentially a new race compared to when they first came out. Like they're completely different. Their lore has completely changed. So like, um, are wild with the action scene in the yeah no, and they're all the poses, all the even the Necrons have all this movement and stuff, and it's great. But I'm just glad that they're finally getting to the fine cast characters to get them updated, and I'm still waiting for my favorite one, Trazen. Trazen needs to come out. Trazen's the best character in 40K. Don't care. Don't at me. Period. End of story. Read the um, Infinite and Divine. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Um,
Yeah, his model's a little lackluster. It's very just grumpy old
I
man
mean,
with a
he
stick.
is essentially grumpy old man with a stick. That has one of everything in the universe, but like he could do it with a new model.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely think he needs to have a new model. Yeah, it's just such a
Yeah, Pokeball Go.
uh,
Yeah, who throws Pokeballs? Yeah, more or less. It's what I dream to be when I'm an old man. Um, and then we have a couple more Age of Sigmars. Again, I know, but we need to go through a couple more really pretty models. Look at this dragon. Um, and this character was apparently what came in the first edition box set of Age of Sigmar, one of the Stormcast characters, who they were like, oh man, he needs an update. We'll put him on a dragon. And nobody was
I
upset.
mean, I've been hearing that a lot of Age of Sigmar players are just getting frustrated with the dragons all over the place, but I've only heard that in passing. But I don't know how true that is.
There's literally like three dragons, four now.
I think it was more like I might be taking it out of context. I heard it at a tournament. It might have been somebody just complaining about the current Age of Sigmar meta for Stormcaster
Oh
tournaments, which is
yeah,
just dragons everywhere.
yeah, it's just dragons.
That's probably what I'm remembering.
It's either dragons or Sigmarines. What do you want? I want dragons. Leave me alone.
Well,
Um,
now it's dragons on Sigmar or Sigmarines on dragons.
yeah, yeah. Before the Sigmar dragons, there were next to zero dragons. There were zombie
I,
dragons, I guess. Um,
I'm just saying. I'm just relating what I heard, which was a bunch of Sigmar players. It was at, I think it was at ACO. They were complaining about
Oh,
just dragons being everywhere, and probably just a matter of they were kind of just complaining about their meta at the time.
oh, that's probably meta. Considering right after ACO, there was Eldar everywhere. Ha! That's all we were complaining about. Um,
Yeah.
and now we have the Kill Team box, aka beta testing for Warhammer 40k models. So striking scorpions. Yes, thank you. Yes, finally, can we finish off that? Like, I don't even play Eldar. I don't like Eldar, but man, did they just need the aspect warriors because they are pretty models.
It's such a shame though that these plastic scorpions are locked into a kill team box like this though.
I mean, they're gonna come out eventually.
Yeah, eventually, yeah, they will. But if you're a 40k player that wants plastic scorpions, like right now, you're gonna have to pay whatever premium price they're charging for this kill team box. That's just me being an old man and complaining and yelling at the clouds.
That's fine. Because it's the same thing for the scouts. Because the new scout kit, if you don't have a million of the old scout kit already, which I do, the new Primaris sized scouts are in this, I believe. And I still love that they showed that this is a mouthpiece. I'd had no idea this was a rebreather, this thingy on their collar, and I love that it is, and it makes me feel so good that they actually modeled it to be that, because they've never once described it as that in anything I've read. That one little design choice right there makes me so happy. But yeah, they're just Primaris sized scouts. That's all. And yay, more of this terrain. Whatever. Um, Next, what was next? What? Oh, this was nothing, 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 nothing. Gotcha. Now we come up to more current stuff. They just released this today, bringing out Rogel Dorn as an action figure. I'm glad he has like a lot of pose.
Hmm.
Like he's very posable, because you can put him up as this, which is like what the model looks like, I believe. Um,
Wait a second. I'll take a look at that real quick. He kind of looks like Christopher Walken with like a pompadour
a
haircut.
little bit, yeah. Yeah, I feel like his jaw should be even squarer. Like his jaw should be squarer than Gilliman's. Like I don't know.
Oh God! You know what? I'm just gonna now. Rogel Dorn is always gonna sound like Christopher Walken in my
Yup, he
head.
ruined it. Or
I ruined it.
ruined
I
it or
ruined
made
it.
it better.
Come on. I mean, just picture Christopher Walken in power armor.
Yeah.
I'd watch that
Oh
40k
yeah.
movie.
Turbo Man's out and it's not even Christmas yet. Yeah, no, this is a cool one. But what's funny is like he's the only old one. He's the only old Primarch that's not in 40k. Because the other two, this is the old Lion, and this is the current Gilliman. Did they just reveal something?
I
No,
don't
they didn't. They
think they would
definitely didn't.
do. I don't think they would do Rogel Dorn. I mean, they may eventually do Rogel Dorn. I'm not saying they wouldn't, but I don't think they would do Rogel Dorn over some other choices of
No,
Primarchs that I think people would find more exciting.
that need flea collars. Um,
Yeah,
I know it's horsepower. I know. I know. I'm joking. Um,
we're just being
yeah.
facetious right now.
No, there are others that they would bring out way before they bring out Rogel Also, need to note here, he has two hands, so it can't be 40k Rogel Yes, here's the movement thing on um the old world. Yeah, it's essentially what it was. That's all. Um And they have a new way of moving where you can do in the marching column, where you reform into thinner rather than wider, and you can move triple your speed, which wasn't a thing before. So that's kind of cool. Um,
So they just get into a skinnier formation to increase their aerodynamics, which allows them to move faster.
yes, it's called marching column, and then combat order. Combat order widens the
I
frontage, and yeah.
I get it. I
Do
was
you though?
being
Do
stupid.
you? Speaking of Necron characters, here's the other one that they've released, and I think there's more. Because they made it sound like there were multiple others that were coming out during the preview, and I'm really hype. Um, and it's this Overlord, this phasing Overlord. Like, ah, what they could do with the empty space, just it's so cool. And you can see it generating in his back panel here. That's so cool.
It's very cool. I really hope that with all the effort they're putting into some of these releases, like no, they're go with all the effort they're putting into like the Tyranids and the Necrons and Admech, because obviously they're gearing up for a big Necron versus Admech thing. Um, I kind of hope that they're just gonna give other armies a similar amount of attention, namely like Thousand Suns. I'm just saying Thousand Suns. We need more models. Give me Thousand Suns models, please. They're like the main bad guy in Space Marine 2.
How would you do OSL with that? With this guy? Oh God. Uh,
Um, I have a response to that, but if you want to go first.
you go because I don't have a response to that. I had to think on that.
Um, so the way that you would do OSL on this model is you don't. I'm sorry, but you don't. The reason why you don't is because if you're going to try and do
You're
OSL,
good.
you're just painting a monochromatic scheme at that point. Everything would just be green or whatever your color palette would be.
Yeah.
Um, so my honest advice is you don't do OSL on this model, unfortunately. But if you were to really try to do OSL, the entire model would end up being green.
And you'd go cross-eyed.
And yeah, um, because with the way that light works, first off, you'd have to paint the model very dark first, because for the OSL to actually, so right now you can imagine this model right now is painted with OSL. It's just that it's in daylight conditions, so you can't see the daylight is going to overwhelm the model. You'll still see the light sources. You're just not going to see the light reflecting necessarily off of all the surfaces because there's more daylight than it would be for the that local object source lighting. Um, but in reality, like this would the he would literally just be bathed or wrapped in that whatever that light source is. So I would not recommend doing an OSL on this, because it would just the entire model would just end up being painted
Yeah.
green. That'd be your only real solution
Because
there.
the phasing would be the light source. Yep. Pretty much.
Yeah,
I think that it would be cool if somebody did it in the negative, but you know what I mean, reverse it as if this was sucking the light away.
yeah. No, there could be something to be said that if you wanted to paint the model the brighter color source, and then have things like the blades and the that digital squaring effect as kind of a darker source to kind of break everything up. I mean, that would work out pretty well. Sorry, just excuse me for one moment, guys. I will be right back with
I
you.
will say that I love the digital effect and that they have in all the new Necron models. It is very, very cool, though, especially in a model like this. It makes me think that they are all just, playing Tetris. Like some sort of 3D Tetris. You can see all the Tetraminos in here because there's the little Z here. There's the L-shaped piece. There's a ton of squares. Like it is definitely those definitely Tetrinos. And they are playing Tetris. Just Just letting you all know. Also, I love Tetris because I'm old, but it is um, it's just what they're doing. Sorry, hate to ruin it for you. Is his leg in mid phase? Yes, his one leg is in mid phase. That's why I'm saying I love the use. Both legs are in mid phase. Like he's literally attached to it from the phase, the base from the phasing. The legs are not there. They're starting to come through. This model's fantastic. It's just like the one Lumineth model that came out. I forget his name. Let me find him. Um, but what did I do? I hate the site. Um, what the HE double hockey sticks? Anyway, shop. There we go. Age of Sigmar. Order. Lumineth Cow Lords. And where the hell is he? Because it's so cool. There he is. This guy. Eltharion. The Light of Eltharion. Because literally, I love how like the arms are not attached, the legs are not attached, and they just do so much with the negative space. Ah, it's so cool. Anyway, back to what we were talking about. That's the Rogaldorn. That's not that. This, but they're doing it here too. Love the negative space. Release a guide for people to navigate the website. Shows how badly it was designed. Yeah, it's terrible. The old one was fine. I liked the old one. I use the site all the time for painting references for when I need to know when things are things. Yes, that's a sentence I uttered. Um, but yeah, I hate it. Um, but yes, I love this model. I can't wait to see if they do any more characters, namely Trazen. Anything else, Frank? You back?
Yep, I'm back. Sorry about that. My mom had to stop by to drop off some stuff, so I apologize. That's the if you see me looking down, she was trying to call me and just like, I can't talk right now. She's like, well, I need to stop by and drop off stuff. Okay, mom, just walk in the house, don't knock.
I got you. I feel
So
that. Um,
it looks like the new website's just probably designed and optimized to just be almost used entirely on a phone. But
people
still, though,
don't always use their phones for things. I prefer PC with a lot
yeah,
of stuff. I don't know. Sorry, just this is not
yeah.
necessary. Hail the noble seneschal. Oh yes, this is the preview coming up next weekend. This is from that. This was one of the previews. These keys. This is a new noble seneschal. This is a Flesh Eater Court, new Flesh Eater Court model. Um, Abhorrent Gore Warden. Yeah, say that 3 times fast.
Abhorrent Gore Warden, Abhorrent Gore Warden, Abhorrent
Say
Gore
it
Warden.
fast though.
I did say it
Faster.
fast.
So we all know when Space Marine 2 gets released, the Tyranids need new models. Forget Thousand Suns and Space Marines. I agree. The new site is really designed to introduce new players. The old site wasn't particularly good at that because it was a straight up web store, which I like more. Yeah, I know. I get it. It's just, it's still frustratingly annoying to navigate. Um, but yeah, no, this model is awesome. Finally, new like Flesh Eater Court models. But this will be in this preview next weekend, which will also have more old world stuff. So, which has been confirmed for the beginning of 2024, and I'm excited. Yeah, the new site also doesn't have the 3D renders for the models either.
Oh, that's a shame. That was actually a really cool feature of that.
Like you can see that they're supposed to be there, but they don't. Oh, looks like they're slowly fixing them because this one has it now. But when I was looking around the other day for stuff for 40K because I needed to see the backside of something, yeah, it wasn't working. So not everything, but some things have it. It showed a wide variety to include the opposite Tyrannocytes. Ones that don't move and shoot spores. But yeah. So anyway, back to the last couple of things we needed to go through. This guy's again. Aha! The new Red Gobbo model. I do love that they do a Christmas model every year or a special edition model. Um, and the Red Gobbo is definitely a cool one. I have the last one they brought out. And I already have this one on order.
I've got a red Gobbo model somewhere. I think I got one time to potentially use as a. We were testing around different trophy ideas to use for the Christmas GT, which, if you haven't familiar with it, I run a Christmas GT every year called the Fight Before Christmas. So we've half sold out already.
Nice.
Yeah,
I will be
excited.
sponsoring if you are not attending. Just so you know, I have donated $200 towards it. It's for a prize. Well, it could be split up however Frank wants. Honestly, it is up to him.
Oh,
Um,
we'll talk about that
but
later. We'll
but
talk
I
about that later. I think I have an idea as to how we might be able to
but
use
I
it.
I am also a sponsor. Um, but yes, this is a very pretty model. I always love this. There's always little Easter eggs and stuff in these models. I'm getting one soon. Um, ooh, excuse me. Tired. But yes, this is quite the prettiful model, and I love it. Um, yeah. What is this? Oh, this is more rules. And then the battle forces. We kind of wanted to go through these for the Christmas boxes that GW likes to do every year. And I think they are fairly good deals. We're pretty much just going to do the 40K ones. The Age of Sigmar ones. We're not really Age of Sigmar focused. And I really have no idea if they're good deals. So, um,
So what? Before we kind of start going through here, I know that we got a handful of people here in the chat with us, engaging and talking with us, which is
yeah.
awesome. So I'd like to ask the chat, what do you think of the Christmas boxes, and which one? If you had to pick one, I know we have some Tyranid players in here. You know, they might say the Tyranid ones, but which one do you think is the best Christmas box out of the bunch? So if you want to go ahead and provide your thoughts.
The Sagittar. You get a Sagittar, you get a Land Fortress, you get two boxes of the guard, their Terminator equivalent unit, a champion, and a their Psyker. Um, I think that's like a fairly good deal. We're gonna search this up a little bit here. Um,
I I do know because I do assist a retail store ordering stuff, helping with their inventory. I do know the prices on these box sets, they've gone up a little bit. They used to be like 199. I don't know if that was the same last year or if it was the price the year before last, like the 2021 price. But this year they're coming in at 230.
let's see. Not nothing. Okay. New releases? Is it in here? Okay. Well, the site just doesn't work then. Anyway, but yeah. So it's. I mean, well, the Hecaton Land Fortress alone is 115, plus the Sagittar, which is another 65. So we're already talking $180 just off of the two vehicles, and then you got two kits of the Hearthguard, which are 60 each, plus a 45 for the Psyker, and then another 40 for the champion. Yeah, it's like over $300 worth of stuff
Yeah,
in there. So it's pretty good.
and that Sagittar is from what I've heard from other Votan players is that Sagittar can be very difficult to
Yeah.
find. So yeah, right now it's already out of stock on the website. So
Yeah, it's
it definitely seems like it's a, at least in terms of Games Workshop pricing, it seems like it'd be some value.
um definitely. And I mean, we're gonna. So part of the Votan thing, and this is speaking from Alex on our team, is that essentially they make because Votan are now good, but essentially how they made them good was they just made them cheap. So like nothing got better. They just made them cheap. So you just need more stuff.
So I just did the quick math on this. If the price is accurate at 230, which I'm 99.9% positive that it is, the retail bot value on that box initially is $345. So it's a $115 discount, or roughly about 33% off, which is about right for
which
the
is
Christmas
which is
boxes.
awesome. I like my shirt, my Settlers Camp shirt, my Trexler shirt. Thank you. Or are you in referencing to the I voted sticker that I still have on here from yesterday? Yeah, I had to go. I had to do it. Um, Lots of good things happened from yesterday, so that's good. But yes, yeah, no, this is a sick buy, and I can't wait for mine. I got one. Um, and then we have the Orc one, the Beast Snagga box, which I got one of these as well, because of course I did. Which I believe is also a fairly good buy, considering you get the rig in it. So going to go back. Damn it. 40k Xenos orcs. Um, this is a lot more scrolling, but the hunter rig is $140. You're getting it's $200 just for the Squigosaur and the hunter rig. All right, everything else in there
hmm
is essentially like gravy, or they're 230. You said right? Um,
Yeah, they're 230, so it's $200 for Mazrog and the kill rig. Is that a boys squad that they have in there? I'm not
yeah,
sure.
that's a
I think that's a boys
Beast
squad.
Snagga boy squad, and looks like
So that's
there's
55.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. Yeah, it's of
Yeah,
one.
so it's 55.
Yeah.
So it's $55 for that. So it's 255 right there.
Uh,
Plus he got
Squig Hog
the,
boy kit,
no, that's 65. So that's about
and then
320.
you have the pain boss in the middle here.
Oh, I missed him.
Yeah.
360, yeah. So it's roughly about the
Yeah.
same.
No, this
About a 33%
this is
discount.
another good buy. I needed another Squigosaur anyway, mainly to make Mosrog. And I needed a hunter. I don't own any hunter rigs, so this will give me a hunter rig, and will fill out the rest of my Squig Hog boys. So this was just a good buy, straight up, because I only needed 3 more to have the full like 18. So that
Mhm.
fills that out for me.
Well, Wolfblade, I appreciate you offering the link, but this is what we call content. So we are actually actively figuring this out. So we appreciate that,
Yes.
though. Um, and the other two questions are for you, TJ.
Uh, what was what was your sick buy, my son? Oh no, the orc is a good buy. This is a really good buy. Oh, so is the Votan. We're just going over the two different the different army kits, and they're both really good. They're very good buys. They are like $330 or something.
Well, for the Votan one was 345. The Orc one was about 360.
Yeah, they are very good buys. Um, like you get a good amount off, and then are Beast Snagga infantry worth it or just regular Orc boys? I like Beast Snagga boys better, honestly. Orc boys are good if you need the points. I mean, they're not bad. Orc boys aren't bad, but I would rather have the Beast Snagga boys. You throw a Beast Snagga boss in there. And now they are just the regular boys are nasty to kill vehicles. I like them better. They're higher strength that come with a feel no pain for like 2 points per model more than a boy. It's worth it. Um, Nah, yeah, I think you go. I think most of the time you go beast snag points. I mean, you still kind of only do minimum, maybe like two, maybe three if you want. But yeah, and then you need some grots, and then you kind of fill it out with all the other killy stuff. Um, I do love squats. Yes, they're one of my favorites. They're Emperor of Mankind. Thank you, sir. Thank you for being here, sir, for our humble stream. It is really really nice seeing that the Emperor of Mankind likes to deign the little people with his presence. Um, thank you, God. Um, other than that, I love my Imperial Guard. Something about them. Well, they are your citizens, so you know. Um, but yes, so far so good. Both of these boxes are great. Now, heading over to the Imperial Guard, I have a feeling this one's pretty good. I don't even know how much these things cost, because it is. Stop doing that. It is two um,
Rogaldorns.
Rogaldorns. Like, okay, Astra Militarum. Yeah, they're flat $100. That's actually kind of surprising. I figured they'd be more. So there's your $200 right there. Yeah, guardsmen are the emperor's currency. Spend the well. Well, you have those, and then it looks like we got two Cadian squads,
I think there's two Cadian shock troops in there,
a command
and
squad.
yeah, looks something like that. So the two Cadian command squads, they're $50 each, so that's $300. So yeah, we're tracking
Yeah,
here in the same price range. So about 350-ish somewhere, 345, same as the Votan box.
and Rogaldorns are good. So like, yeah. All right, and now we come. I appreciate your kind words, and I often think of you lore keepers and how well you are doing serving our imperial history. Um, then we have the Space Marines. Um, well, I don't know how much these kits are. Honestly, I don't know how much the new Assault Marines are. Which are sick
Uh,
looking, by the way.
yeah, I mean, I'm not even a Space Marine player, but I already know like this box is going to sell super well because we've got 15 of the Assault Marines, the Assault Intercessors, and then you've got looks like a captain with the jump pack, and then it's basically it basically plays into their new Vanguard I think detachment in the Space Marine
More or
Codex.
less, yeah.
Yeah, I think this is going to sell well because it's in terms of raw model count, it is like 80% new
Yeah,
models.
so three of these kits here, these are $60 each. So that's a buck 80 just in Assault Marines. And then I believe the captain puts you over the top here. I don't know how much the captain is. He's 40. So we're at 220 there, plus the bikes, which are. Hang on. We'll do this together. We're gonna find this together. Did I always scroll past them? Probably, but we're gonna keep going. Why don't you just show all of them? I did. But
Are the Assault Intercessors even out yet? Is kits to
I
buy?
think
Are
they
they still
are.
locked in behind stuff?
Jump pack intercessors, $60.
Oh, there
Yep.
they are. Yep. And the captain. So there's three of those at 180. The captain with the jump pack, that's 40. So it's 220 right there.
I'm looking for the
Then you've got
outriders.
the Outriders, and then the Mario Kart.
It's not here.
It might be in the sold out section or temporarily unavailable area. No, no. You know what? We're looking at the
Yeah.
Ultramarines, right?
There we go. There's $60
Let's
as
be
well.
yeah.
And then Mario Kart. Oh, that's
I'm
not
gonna
in there.
guess it's probably gonna be a. I don't even know what it's called, to be
I
honest
don't
with
know
you.
why it's not just in here. I don't know. Why isn't it in the whatever? Space Marines. Why isn't there just a Space Marines thing? What the? Is it under White Scars? Is that what it's under?
I,
Like,
I'm actually checking White Scars right now just to see if
why
it's
is there
there.
less in here? I don't understand.
Oh wow, it's not even there in White
I
Scars.
just need to know what it's called. Um,
Somebody's probably already said it in chat, or they're just like, let's see here. All right,
it's
so
probably six.
Primaris Invader. It's called the Invader ATV.
There it is. Primaris Invader ATV. It's
It is
$50.
$50. So it's 110. So 180 plus
So
110, that's 290
280. Uh, so
plus
it's like 330,
350,
340.
350. 290 plus 60 is
Oh,
350.
okay, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, again, right in that same vein. So we can pretty much all summarize or assume that the retail value on these box sets is initially like around 350 because we've hit 345, we've hit 360, so 350, it's probably a good estimate.
I'm surprised, man. I remember a time where GW gave you no deals, none. Like you might buy the like army box, but and the like regiment boxes or whatever, the ones that come with a couple units, and that was like, I don't know, $25 off. But these are genuine like 30%, 33% off, and that's nuts to me for GW.
Well, the Christmas boxes have always been a good deal. Like at least the last few years that I've been
Oh, I
I've
know.
been having to
I'm
deal with
talking
them.
like years back because they didn't used to do this. Um, Now we have the Tyranid one.
Now, Wolfblade's already expressed his opinion, saying that he feels it's lackluster.
It,
The only thing I want to say to that is, I think you're looking at this as a perspective of somebody who already has a massive Tyranid
yeah, right.
collection. Uh, think about this box set in terms of it's trying to be a tantalizing deal to get somebody into a new
Right.
army. So, and from my perspective, if I was interested in Tyranids, not knowing much about them, but you've got a couple of troop choices, you got a couple of HQ choices. The variety isn't there. It's just basically a bunch of small bugs and two big bugs. So I feel like I get you on the variety point of view, but it comes with a Norn and Norn MSC at like 33% off. So I mean
Yeah.
that's
I mean, it's 115 for the Norn. It's 60 for the Tyrant, and then we have the was it two Hormigaunt units and a Gene Stealer unit.
yeah, all of which are the all new models
Right.
too.
Which are also where are they at? I just looked straight up into the temporarily out of stock because that's what I assume all the Tyranids are at the moment. Um, Gene Stealers are 55. You got one of those units and 50 for the Hormagaunts. Why the five? Whatever. Um, so we got $100 from those, 115 plus. So we're at 215, 275 plus another 55 from the Gene Stealers. This one's okay. So this one isn't as much of a discount. Because it's this one's like 330 compared to the other ones that are like 345 to 360.
Okay. Well, I mean, they are all new models,
No, I
so
know.
maybe that's
I mean, and heck, the math might just not work out as well with these kits. You know what I mean? Like they wanted to like for instance, they wanted to jam as many assault intercessors with jump packs into this box as they could, so they did. Um, with still giving you other things.
it does feel like the theming on this one's a bit off though, because if you look at the variety that's in there, it's just carpet of bugs with two big bugs. I mean, maybe that would work out. But I'd like to see a little more variety in this. Maybe I don't
I
know.
would have liked some of the
Maybe
new biovores.
Yeah, that would have been pretty cool. Just something else, like if you're gonna have the Norn, maybe not a Hive Tyrant because that's two big bug HQ choices that are. Oh, you know what? It's actually clever of them because people probably aren't going to want to run two big bug HQ choices. I mean, I know next to nothing about
No,
Tyranids in terms of their list
the
construction.
Nordens are not HQs. They are not characters.
Oh, they're not characters.
Yeah, I
Oh,
know. I was
okay. Well,
surprised
then I'm.
too. They're not actually like they can't be your warlord or none of that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. There's Wolfblade saying right there. It's not a. I thought it was a character. So it's just a. Okay. All right. Interesting.
And then we have, I believe this is the last one. Yeah, the Exalted of the Red Angel, which is, um, obviously, Blood Angels. I mean, World Eaters.
They usually do one Cult Legion box set. Like I think last year's was the Thousand Suns one, and I think the year before that was Mortarion and the Death Guard. So this jives.
Yes, Big Angry Boy. So it looks like we got Angron, which I believe he's a $140. Um, let's go over here. He's a $170. I was off. Um, so there's almost the price of the kit. Um, and then it looks like a unit of berserkers, and then 2 boxes of the 8 bound. So you got 170 plus 65, so we're at 235, and then another $120 on top of that. Right? Yeah. So yeah, still right in the same vein. But I mean, you get a Primarch. Yeah, they are. They are loaded with 8 bound. This is actually now I want to go through these and just see which ones of these are actually fairly viable for what you need in your armies. But so the World Eater one is very viable.
Yeah, I definitely don't because there's is it all 8 bound or is
There's a lot
there
of
any
eight
Corn
bound. The one that
Berserkers?
just won because this was a list I was being asked about for um doing a commission on is Agron Karn, Lord Avocado,
Invocatus.
Lord on Juggernaut, Master of Executions. It's 10 Jackals, 15 Berserkers, 2 Rhinos, 6 8 bound, 6 Exalted 8 bound. So,
Hmm. No, I was saying the box set. Is it all 8 bound or is there Corn
no, there's
Berserkers in there?
Berserkers
Looks
on
like
the
there's Corn
left.
Berserkers. Yeah. Yeah. No, this looks like a solid box set. You got your core cult
Mm-hmm.
choice. You got some elites, and you got an Angron.
Yeah.
I mean,
This is a great like tournament starter box, honestly.
yeah.
Currently, this is a tournament. This is like half your tournament army. Even probably more than that, honestly, because now all you need is like 10 jackals and a couple of other characters and 2 rhinos. Um, the Nids,
I wonder.
Mark.
I wonder what the combat patrol looks like for those. Go
Oh
ahead.
no.
I'm sorry.
Actually, we could look at that. Here's the combat patrol. You get the Lord Invicata / Lord on Juggernaut. So you just need one more, and then you get 10 jackals. Um,
And a bunch of
and
Corn
a bunch more
Berserkers.
berserkers. It was
Yeah. I mean,
15 berserkers, so you do finish out your berserkers with one of these. Um, I want Mr. Wolfblade and Mr. Benning in our chat here to give me the skivvy on whether or not this is a good Tyranid force for a tournament. Because I'm not sure. I haven't seen a Norn yet, so. Oh dear Emperor of Mankind, what do you say of the allegiance? Your son hanging out with your brain. Don't talk to that hussy, Gilliman. Um, as far as Space Marines go, I have no idea. I don't think Outriders are great, from what I understand. Nobody really runs them, even in the like White Scar detachment thing. But I know they do like to run everything else. Same thing with the ATVs. The ATVs, I don't think you see very often. I think Kyle's running them, but that's Dark Angels. I don't know.
I, I don't know. Maybe I unfortunately I've been so tapped out of the current 40K meta. I don't know what's viable, what's not viable right now. Over the last couple of months, but I have a feeling though that this box set's probably going to sell very well, just because again it has the 15 new jump pack intercessors. I can imagine that being just a tantalizing deal on its own.
Oh yeah, 3 Outriders, 1 ATV with Chaplain on bike. Leader equals lots of dev wounds. That's fair. Because they have the like Hammer of Wrath rule. I know the guard box is fairly good because I know everyone is run at the very least for the tanks, because everyone and their mother is running Dorns because they're cheap and they hit hard. So just getting 2 Dorns in here is great. I know that. The orc one is fairly good. I mean, I haven't seen many lists with rigs, but there's always a Scrag bat, or at least a guy on Squigosaur. There's always Beast Snagga boys, and I do quite often see Squig hogs. So it's decent. You're using at least half of this box.
Is that rig a dual kit? Is that also the kill rig at the same
Yeah,
time?
it's either a kill rig or a hunter rig.
Okay, I remember that kill rigs were very popular for a hot minute.
Yes. Oh,
Or is it? I
ninth.
think ninth edition they were
They
very
were
popular.
they
Excuse
were
me. Yeah.
very popular because they're very tough. They still carry like 10 guys. Like, but
Weren't they also a psychic unit
yes,
too?
the kill rig is the psychic unit. Which now it's not as good because they shoot off of their like ballistic skill, and orc ballistic skill is great. Um,
Well, it depends on how many exploding fives that you can figure out into the list, if that's even still a thing for them.
in combat. Um, and then you have the Votan, which I think the Votan is a very good tournament box. I don't think they really run the Grimnir like their Psyker, but everything else in this box I'm pretty sure gets run, especially the Land Fortress and the Sagittar, because the Sagittars, like you said, you can't find. Um, though I do think Rogue Trader has them. Um, but yeah. Um,
Well, we got a response here to your question regarding the NID box. Norn Emissary is pretty decent, but I haven't seen it in a lot of lists. Might be a points thing. Sucks that the Norn Assimilator doesn't have an invuln.
yeah, I agree on that one.
Hormagaunts are great infantry for screens objective grabbing. Gene Stealers, I do not see them at all. And the Hive Tyrant is almost a must-have in most lists. Walking version mostly.
Yeah, that has been the new thing with the Tyranids, is that they don't really run the flyer. It's mostly a walk tyrant.
Well, I
Or
think
swarmy. I say
so.
swarmy.
So just to ask Wolfblade here in this one, do you think that's because I know for me, like for example, with playing Chaos and my Thousand Sons, like the Demon Prince on foot and the Demon Prince with wings, they have different datasheet abilities. So is that the same thing with the Hive Tyrant? Does the Winged Hive Tyrant and the Foot Tyrant have different datasheet abilities? And so my question would be, is it a datasheet ability thing where the Foot one just has a better datasheet ability, or is it the fact that fly on big monsters like this just sucks right now?
I'm pretty sure it's the ability, but I can let him answer.
Tyrethect is saying yes. I'm not sure what he's saying yes
The answer
to.
is yes.
The answer is just yes. Okay. Because I know for me, like I have a similar situation going on, which is that Demon Prince on foot versus Demon Prince on wings. The Demon Prince on foot is just the better choice for points efficiency, as well as the there's always like about a 10-second delay in terms of the lag on the chat. So I think that's just by default. It's kind of like a gaming thing for most streamers. So usually when we have to ask a question, we don't expect the answer for like another 10 to 20 seconds. But
Depending on how fast you
like so
type.
for example, yeah. So like, basically, the Demon Prince on foot is way better than the Demon Prince with wings, because its data sheet ability is just far better and it's cheaper. So, and then because flying for monsters just sucks real bad right
Mm-hmm.
now.
Also, I know that the Neurolictor is really good.
And welcome to the chat, DK. I'm pretty sure we know who that DK is, right? Is
Donkey
that
Kong.
DK the
He's the leader of the bunch. You know him well. He's finally back to kick some tail. He's sorry. I was doing the DK rap.
I noticed. I apologize to everyone on behalf of the entire family, the entire Myers family.
Whatever.
Uh, so the main ability for Free Strat is the same, but the other ability is MWS during the fight phase for flying. Mortal. Okay, mortal. I'm assuming MWS is mortal wounds, but the walking one makes so your weapons are assault. So a lot of it. Okay. Oh yeah. I would say, oh, okay, yeah, advance and shoot, but no, that's advance and still do
Yeah.
actions. That's really good. Flying for monsters suck. Yeah, we just talked about that. Also, it's weaker than the walking. Yes, that is true. I forgot about that. There's like a significant toughness difference, isn't there? Like one's toughness 7 versus toughness 8 or
The
something like that.
walking
So,
the
I know it's a
walking
crazy
tyrant
difference.
is 10 and the flyrant is 9. Um
Okay,
and
yeah,
same amount of
that's
wounds, but yeah, it's either the assault weapons thing or it's for the flying it's paroxysm. Um
okay.
which is just straight up worse. So, yeah, no, it's just better to have the foot run.
So it's a
Yeah,
data sheet thing. Okay. Well, good thing is that tyrant kit is it's a dual kit, so you can build the walking one or the flying one,
could even
right?
magnetize. It's kind of hard to magnetize it,
I
but
don't.
whatever.
Yeah, I don't think that would work out super well with that
If you try hard
tail.
enough and believe in yourself.
I guess you could just mount the foot one onto like a tactical rock.
um, and oh man, I don't know why I just flipped to this page. I wanted to see if there was anything new, and there just isn't. Okay, I think they're done for the year. I guess Shatterpoint.
Well, they just had a big drop of kits, so they might be gearing up for maybe either a later fourth quarter release, maybe. But now would be the time they'd want to get that hype going for it. So probably nothing else for the rest of the year, I would
Yeah,
imagine. I think Marvel Crisis Protocol with their second edition coming out is probably going to be the bigger push for them
fair,
right now.
fair. Um, if I had any time at all, I would think about actually playing the game. But um, 'cause-
Well, we could always get together one of these days. If you ever want to get together and hang out and give the game a try, like honestly, have you ever played any like fifth edition or third edition or later D&D?
yes.
It's modified third edition D&D combat, third through fifth
Oh,
edition.
okay, that's
It's the
cool.
exact same. It's so the Marvel Crisis Protocol combat is really simple. You get a card which almost functions like your character sheet, you know, um, and it's an alternating activation game. So once you determine priority, uh, that player with priority activates their first character, then it passes to the other
Mm-hmm.
player. And when you activate a character, you get two actions. You can move or attack, double move or double attack if you are in position to do a double attack. And then your superpowers, for the most part, are just your free
Oh,
actions.
neat.
It's a super easy. If you replace the D20 with a D8 dice pool success system, it's just D&D based combat. You play every time I've played a game of Marvel Crisis Protocol with somebody. Once we go through one round, they already know how to play the game, and they're moving on.
They're busting out the character sheets because they thought this was fifth ed. Also, apparently, I believe sixth ed is coming, so that's a thing. D&D. or it's
Wow.
5.5 ish kind of thing. Um, Actually, yeah, I don't think that they're coming out with the sixth edition. I think they're just revamping the fifth ed rules a little bit. Um,
I would say, just to kind of say to your thing, I think Warcry is similar to Marvel Crisis Protocol. I don't think Marvel Crisis Protocol is similar to Warcry, because Games Workshop always has a habit of creating games that mimic their competitors. Like, which is why 10th edition is such a mishmash of different things. Like, there's Conquest inspiration, there's Marvel Crisis Protocol inspiration. I've seen a little bit of Star Wars Legions in there. 40K is trying to straddle this line of appealing to everybody.
5.5 sounds about right. I'm fine with that because I really like fifth edition. So yeah, Warcry came out first though, Frank.
I don't think it did. Did it?
I don't know. I didn't keep track of that. Um, I like the pretty models. I don't even play Age of Sigmar, so even though I for some reason have like 3 armies. I guess we have time. I could actually pop those up too, just to see, because those are cheaper actually. The Age of Sigmar ones. Let me find those. I believe these cost less. Um, by like not a significant amount, but they still cost less. I'm already in love with the Lizard Man one. Sorry, Seraphon. This one is sick. You get some of the dinosaurs. You get my favorite unit, which are the Croxagore. um, the new Slan Mage Priest, the new Chameleon Skinks. Like, yes, this is a winner for me. I feel like this is just kind of an all around one. I don't know if it's good.
Mm.
Um, but
So just to clarify real quickly, Marvel Crisis Protocol and Warcry literally came out at the exact same time. So
you're both wrong.
they were both wrong. So I was talking up my ass. I'll admit to it. But yeah, no, they came out at the exact same time. So
85, 60, 60, 60.
so we're talking about Seraphon now for some
Oh, I
reason.
was looking at the Age of Sigmar kits that are coming. Just because
Oh,
we
the Age
we
of
still got
Sigmar kit
time, we
stuff.
might as well take a look at them. I have no idea on the tournament circuit. I know you use a Salon probably or Croak, but um,
Okay. Well, that Primordial Star Host box is pretty badass. You got the new Raptor Riders, you got the new Croxagore, you got the new Saurus
yes.
Warriors,
I believe,
got the new. That's really cool.
and it feels like it's worth it because the Salon is 85, and then each one of the um boxes here or the units here is 60. So
Man, actually, both the two Age of Sigmar armies that I actually really do like are both getting Christmas boxes this year: Seraphon and OBR.
nice. I love Seraphon. This was my first army was Lizardmen. Period. The first army in Warhammer, any of them, was Lizardmen. So it always takes a lot for me to not just straight up buy this stuff. But yes, this is a good buy as well. Because we're talking $240 just in the troop kicks, and then it's 85 for the Slan, and then I don't know if these Pterodon things or anything. They come as part of one of the kits. Oh, they come with the Chameleon Skinks. Okay. So, um, so yeah, it's like 325. But these boxes also cost less. So, and then Praetorian Spearhead.
Yeah, I don't know what the retail is on the Age of Sigmar stuff. I know that Age of Sigmar tends to run a little bit cheaper than
Yeah.
40K.
From what I saw, what I've had described to me so far on their price is that they're cheaper, so that's good. Yeah, I do like the Ossiarch Bone Reapers. They are really cool.
Yeah, some of those larger models. I've seen like a lot of people. I love the the ones that are on like the 60 mil bases. A lot of people like to take those and convert them into
Oh,
demon princes, especially for Thousand
oh yeah.
Suns.
Well, I mean, they like have all of the Egyptian iconography on them. So, where are they? Yeah, there they are. The Morghast Harbingers, and you get two kits of those. So that's $140 right there because they're 70 each. Um, and then that's a special character in the middle, in the front. So that's 60, and then it's the Harvester, which is another 60. Yeah, no, I think that this is another really good buy. I think. And then yeah. I don't know if there is any good in the tournaments. I don't think they're doing very well in tournaments, but man, they're sick looking. Uh, oh, is Dom talking about the?
Yeah, he's actively working on trying to get a little more going on for Age of Sigmar, local game stores and stuff. So just too much on the plate for me right now between 40K Marvel, because I think this year is probably, depending on how the year finishes out with 40K. I already know that this year I'm probably not going to be playing in any 40K events when I go out to Adepticon. Mostly because unless you're going out there for the narrative stuff, the competitive stuff at Adepticon, well, if you're not familiar with Adepticon's reputation, it's not a fun tournament.
No, you go
Uh,
out for team tournament. That's the only thing you go out there for, unless you're doing painting.
uh,
Period. End of story.
so this year is going to be my lovely wife Sarah's first major convention. She's going to come into
Ooh.
Adepticon with us. And my wife is a Marvel player, so we're probably going to be focusing a lot on Marvel Crisis Protocol events this year. Um, so I think that might be where the focus is going to be. A little less 40K this year coming up, and more focus on Marvel, especially with the new edition coming out, or at
Um.
least I should not say new edition, but the updated core set.
Well, that'll be cool. Yeah, we might eventually get back out to Adepticon. Unfortunately, um, my brother had to get married around that time, so it's very hard for him to get out there. Um, not this year. I don't think I'm making Adepticon as much as I would like to. Maybe next year. And by next year, I mean 2025.
Yeah, well, yeah, especially with the baby on the way. So,
Meh. Then we have the War Horde Eternus. What is this? These are slaves to darkness, I guess. Yeah. Um. Yeah. It's just, I don't know. Slaves to darkness don't do nothing for me. They're just chaos warriors. I like
well,
the chaos ogres.
the mounted lord is very cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's cool. But he's literally the Ossiarch guy. Look at him. It's the same. It's the same model, only Ossiarch. Um, the ogroids in the back, the like Cyclops Minotaurs back here. These are cool. I like these. Um, or sorry, the ogroid Therodons, whatever the hell they want to call their discount mythical beasts. And then the vampires, which I love that they came out with new Fell Bats and new Blood Knights. The new skeletons are cool. The vampire thing, these things, I don't know. Hang on, let me pull them up. They're still weird. It's a cool model, I guess, but like, it's just Soul Lake Gravelords, right? Yeah. It's just it's so weird, and I don't know this thing. The Bat Centaur vampire thing is odd to me.
Well, I mean, it's a fantasy game. There's going to be a lot of different creatures and stuff like that, and some will be hits, some will be misses, and I think for me is that it's a cool creature. It's a cool concept for a creature, right? I just think they kind of flub the posing of the model.
Yeah, I that's what I would say. I just
Like I think that with a model like this, now they could have been trying to slim down the profile of it or slim down the silhouette of the model, but if you're going to have a model like this, it's going to have these cool features like you know, the wings and the human or upper torso of a vampire. I think this would be something that would have been cool. Like if it had a better pose. Like imagine if like it was like rearing up with the wings like unfurled behind her.
I get it, but I don't know. They want it to look a little sickly. I don't know. It just I realize what it's supposed to be, but like they're really from what I've seen of models and stuff like that, they're really different companies. They're always really good at making centaurs not look like it's just a human torso stuck onto the horse. You know what I mean? This literally looks like you took a separate vampire model and you just jammed the torso onto the top of a Vargolf model. Like that's what it screams to me. I don't know. It just is the Vargolf still a thing? I think they got rid of it, but yeah, I don't know. It bothers me. They could have done it better. That's all I got to say on that. But I love all the other models they redid for this army. So you know, and then there's this creepy thing. I don't. Yeah. Um. Whatever. Either way.
I think the mouse pretty cool. It's very reminiscent of like a Bram Stoker's type style of design.
Yeah. I also like all the ones that came in Cursed City, which I still need to put together and paint. But you know, well, actually, it's all put together, but paint. Um. But yeah. Either way, these are really cool as well. Especially the Lizardmen. Also, to note, there's only four. And there are six 40K ones.
That's because 40K is at least one third cooler
It's true.
than
You're
Age
right.
of Sigmar.
You're right. I mean, and like, just wait for Old World. They'll have like 10. It's fine. It won't. I know.
Yeah, no, it's probably not. I don't think that's going to happen, buddy.
um, Listen, I am so hyped for Old World. So is Kyle. It's gonna be fun. I can't wait. I don't care if I'm running off of pure nostalgia here. I'm repainting my dwarf army. I don't care. I just want to play.
Oh, it's your toy soldiers, man. Play what you want.
That's right.
I don't blame you at all. Oh,
And I think Mark's gonna play with us too. Yeah.
new Mark or classic
New
Mark?
Mark. New Mark.
New Mark. Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Benning has a full ogre army.
Oh, that's very cool.
Um, I have a dwarf army sitting in simple green right now. Uh, and I might end up with a Bretonian army. Completely
Just
not purchased by me. So
is that just following in your lap?
more or less, yeah. If the Tomb Kings and the Bretonians come in the same box for the starter box, the one guy who wants to send me a commission said I could just have the Bretonians. So, because he's going to send me two of the boxes. So, yeah, I might just end up with a Bretonian army.
Mm. Well, actually, now I think about it, just looking at this, realizing I've got about 10 minutes left on the stream. So let me explain to you the current conundrum that I'm having when it comes to, assuming that unless we don't have anything else that we need to talk about, or is that pretty much the end of it for right now in terms of going over the Warcom stuff?
Okay.
No, are we? Is there any other Warcom stuff that we have to go
Oh,
over,
no.
or is
That's
that
pretty much it.
it?
We're good. We're good. There wasn't
Okay.
anything
So
interesting.
let me tell you that the little conundrum that I'm dealing with. Maybe you can. I think I know what your joke opinion's going to be, but you know, be interested to hear
I
it.
never joke.
You never say any good jokes, but
Well, now I'm a dad.
Uh, yeah. Okay. So originally, I was planning on painting one of these two fellas here. I'm not sure if these are showing up on the stream or not right now. Nope, they're not really showing. So I got Lord Invocatus.
Okay.
All right,
I do love a good
or
Lord of Akadu.
yeah, and then this is probably not going to show up at all because it's still got the cellophane on it. But then I got a Mozrog. Ooh, now you see me. Now you don't.
Is that orc purple?
Apparently, so those are what I'm looking at. Those originally I was painting. I was gonna do one of those. But I'm very big on painting something that inspires you and makes you want to actually paint and don't just pick something arbitrarily. Now I love Lord on Invocatus kit. I've always wanted to see a proper redo of the Corn Lord on a Juggernaut ever since like fifth and sixth edition when they had that Mega Block looking one.
Yeah.
Ugh, that was so terrible. But so I bought the Lord Invocatus. I'm going to paint him. I really want to do him for Golden Demon. But I have another model that's calling to me, and I'm just like, I can't. Every time I think about getting started with doing the Golden Demon, um, I'm like, I really want to paint the Lord Invocatus, but I also really, really, really want to paint the new Farsight model.
Ooh, but everyone and their mother's gonna be doing that one.
I don't care. I just have to do it better than the other people.
I mean, yeah, but I don't know. I feel like you don't stick out as much if you do the same thing everybody else is doing, even if it is better.
Uh, maybe, maybe not. I mean, I think it all depends on how you frame it. I think that I don't know. I just love everything about that model in terms of its posing. It's got a cool profile or silhouette to
Oh,
it.
don't get me wrong.
Oh,
I think that model is gorgeous and one of the best models they've come out with, like recently. But I don't know. I feel like that's a everyone and their mom. But I mean, I'm sure you could do better than almost everyone and their mom. So like, eh.
I don't know. Every time I look at the Commander Farsight model, I'm just like,
There he is. It is very
mm.
pretty. It is very pretty. You know what you should do? I have the last iteration of him. You should just be like, nah, I ain't doing this guy. I'm doing the Finecast one.
No, I want to do this one. I mean, I look at the opportunities you have here in terms of, yeah, it's supposed to be all metal. Like, there's not a lot of variety in terms of the textures that you can play with, but you can do a lot in terms of how you might want to. Um, it'd be pretty easy to try and create different finishes. Like you can create like a very very bright, highly reflective non-metallic metal on his Dawn blade, and kind of keep it so that the armor feels a bit more ceramic or more painted. But I love the vibe of it. I love the samurai look of it. And Tyre Effect here is talking about the I don't know if he says a Japanese plant. I do love the look of that alien plant that kind of looks like a little bit of a bonsai tree, or I would actually probably get some real flocky material and make it really look like real cherry blossoms.
Yeah, Mozrog.
What's
Do
that?
Mozrog.
You're just defaulting to orcs?
Isn't that everybody's default?
No, no, it's not.
I think you're lying. Um.
No.
Actual opinion. My actual opinion is I think Farsight is way nicer of a model than Invocatus. Invocatus is cool. I'm not saying it's a bad model. But Farsight looks way cooler. Um, It listen for a heavily armored dude on a heavily armored dog boar beast thing. The Lord Invocatus is cool and all, but like I don't know. This feels like a more dynamic. This feels like I don't know a lot more artsy of a piece. You know what I mean? Like this model feels like they made this to be more like art than the Invocatus did. I mean, this is more elegant. Obviously, since the other one is corn, it's literally there to rip and tear you apart. But um, the Farsight model is a lot more elegant of a model. I see what you're saying about the non-metallics. Um, um, it feels like the better choice to me.
Yeah. I also think that
Also, if you have more
there's
fun doing this one, then do this one.
yeah, that's kind of where I'm at too. Like, Wolfblade said it, follow your passions, and I think this is the model that's going to inspire me to actually want to perform. Plus, I've been playing Chaos. I've been playing 40K now for, let's see here. I measure how long I've been playing 40K based on how long my wife has tolerated me. So, and I started dating my wife right around the exact same time I started playing 40K. Like literally, they're like a week apart from each
Wow,
other.
that's an unfortunate consequence.
Yeah. So my wife literally has dealt with my 40K habits from the very literal very beginning. Um, so I've been playing 40K for 15 years, and I started playing Chaos probably about 2 or 3 years into my 40K hobby. So I've been painting a lot of Chaos over the years, and working on the Ghost Kill for the last Golden Demon has kind of got me like, man, I really do love and appreciate painting the Tau models. I don't know if I'll ever play Tau, but I just love the models. So I'm kind of thinking that's why I'm a little bit more inspired to want to work on Farsight. And plus, I think Farsight's one of the coolest characters in the setting.
Oh, I agree. He is. He's one of the. He's got one of the coolest stories. Um. No, I think if you really want to do Farsight, do Farsight. In my truest opinion of which would be the better for like textures and stuff like that, it's probably Mazrog. Um.
Yeah, Mozrog I picked up because I felt he'd be an interesting project in terms of having the organic textures right next to the metallic textures, and then the metallic textures on their own are going to have different finishes to them. Like I can do non-metallic metals, but I can do them severely rusty and
Worn
not
and chipped paint.
very worn and chipped. Yeah, there's a lot that you can do with that. So Mozrog is just a fun experiment in terms, a fun project in terms of there's just so many opportunities to do stuff on the model. And I think Mozrog is going to be a very long-term project. Like I think that if I'm going to try and do that model justice, I'm probably going to have to spend roughly about a year or so on him, because painting all those different textures to perfection as opposed to trying to do it's a long, long, long process.
Right.
So
Then I think you plus you have more practice with the Tau stuff anyway from your Ghost Heal. So I think Commander Farsight is where you want to go.
all right, that's kind of where I'm vibing at. So I appreciate your opinion. I appreciate the chat chiming in and giving me their opinion on the matter too. So
Especially since you
I
need to give
think,
Mazrog the time he needs, because a
yeah,
pretty Mazrog is definitely better than any other thing you could paint, unless it was a pretty Gazgul.
I don't. Oof. I think that if I were an orc player, even if I were an orc player, I should say, and I wanted to paint a Gazgul to a high standard, I think that would be that I don't want to say nightmarish. I know you've done a Gazgul up to a pretty high standard, but
Not that
well,
high
I
of a
don't know.
standard. Yeah, no. He was. Yeah. There's a lot to him. For being, I mean, he's on an 80 mil base, but like compared to the other 80 mil, he's very compact, and in that compact model, there's a lot.
Yeah, yeah. I
A
mean,
great
don't get me
fleet
wrong.
one.
The Farsight one, like, this is one of those models that the devil's going to be absolute
Oh
details.
yeah, especially if we're gonna do any
Uh,
of the little markings he has.
yeah, because like there's a lot of negative space on the model, and you have to get the negative space down to actually make the model look good. So like with Tirithek was saying before, and I replied back to him. He said, he said Farsight, lots more opportunities to show off your highlights, and I said I agree. It's more opportunities to flex on the empty space. So, all right, I think that's the way I'm going to go about it. Then it's going to be a Commander Farsight.
Yes, and he will, as always, just be a sexy model.
Win or lose, I'm always proud of the work that I do. I always learn from it. So,
That's how you got to do it.
yep.
Um,
Well,
all
I
right.
think that just about covers everything. It is 9:01.
Yep. Well, thank everybody for joining us tonight. It seems like we had a decent crowd for Frank's return. Thank you all for coming out. Remember to like, share, subscribe, um, comment, all those other lovely things that people like to do to make algorithms work. Um, and I hope everyone has a lovely night. We will see if I am back next week. Again, if I am back next week, stuff probably went down. Um, do not expect me next week. Frank, anything?
Well, if hopefully by the time we do get together, I will have some progress picks initiated on the Farsight model, as well as I think to get warmed up, I'm gonna pop over to just do some speed painting on some MCP miniatures, and that will be I'll have some actual hobby progress to post next week and share. So,
Nice,
or probably 2 weeks from now, really.
nice.
I, all right then.
As
Thanks, guys. Does anyone else have any questions or anything they want to say before we head out?
And as always, you can check us out on our Instagrams and socials at TayJayPaints on Instagram and at FNP underscore painting on Instagram. Just give us some love if you like. And we will see you guys um, when I have successfully spawned. Um, unless Frank wants to maybe do
Oh no, no,
a
no, no! I
stream
am not
himself.
following that. I am not following that sentence right there.
All
Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm.
right. Well, have a nice night, everybody.
Good night, everyone. Thanks for hanging out with us.